Welcome back to Nights with Chris Boyle. Joining us now is Marcus Samuel, better known as Hilarious Marcus. He is the creator of a fantastic DocuSeries I had the absolute pleasure of finding online. You're going to have to see it for yourself. It is called Being Ugly. Go ahead and take a look.
Ugly documentary right now, and I got this man right here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I got a quick question.
And you just walk up sober.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm doing a documentary, and I just want to know, what's your experience like in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, being ugly, you know?
Excuse me? It's nothing ugly about me, baby. What's up? It's nothing ugly. This a prank or something, baby?
Oh no, it's a documentary. So I just want to know, what's your...
I don't belong in that documentary. Okay? Being ugly, I don't live that type of lifestyle. I think maybe you should have the reflection on yourself. It's nothing ugly about me.
So what age did you realize that you was ugly? That's all I wanted to know.
And he keeps pushing the envelope. Ugly is nothing ugly about me. I think the reflection maybe be on you. It's nothing ugly about me. Give it to it. It's nothing ugly about me. God, nothing ugly about me. Is that what you wanted for your camera, man? Thank you.
All right. So I guess your experience been good?
It's been lovely. Thank you. How you gonna walk up with this thing?
All right. That'll be the end of this documentary, Then I got this person. Excuse me, sir. I just got a quick question.
You got a 100% Georgia boy right here, man. Born and raised.
Got 100%.
On the south side of Cleveland Avenue. Look, this brother right here, he got a look at his nappy head right there, man. He need a haircut. Somebody please get some clippers, man. And your shoe bigger than here. You hear me? His shoe bigger than here. Look. Hey, look. He represents Georgia.
So what's your experience like being like ugly in Atlanta? That's all I was trying to ask.
Ugly in Atlanta? I've been bad in Atlanta.
Okay.
Real ugly in Atlanta. Good, bad, and ugly.
All right. I think that'll be our time today for the documentary. All right, appreciate it.
I got money up in the back.
So Marcus, I've had the unfortunate reality of being ugly in California where everyone else is beautiful. They all hit the gym and got plastic surgery done. I gotta ask, man, what gave you inspiration for this really, really hilarious docuseries you're putting together?
So I don't know about anybody else, but I grew up, you know, in a family where we called each other ugly as far as joking on each other, like, you know, roasting each other and things like that. So I just grew up in an environment like that. So, you know, the word ugly, I look at it different than other people look at it. Like, it doesn't faze me as far as like hurting my feelings, because I was always kind of hearing it as a kid, you know. So now that I'm older, I can hear it and people can call me ugly and I won't feel anything. Like, I won't. In fact, I look at it as a fun, positive word, you know. And that's how I want my docuseries to look to people. Like, when they hear the word ugly, it brings joy. That's my whole point of doing it. Yeah.
You know, Marcus, it reminds me of a quotation by this author, this guy, Charles Bukowski. Bukowski said that people value beauty over ugliness, but it's backwards, because beauty fades. It's not a great investment. Ugliness is forever. And in fact, beautiful things can turn ugly. If you want to make your money last, you got to invest in the ugly, because that's going places.
Yeah, and that's my whole point. Is ugly is more valuable because nobody wants to be ugly. You know, like, nobody wants to be ugly. So it holds more value. And then that's why when people, they walking around ugly and they don't know that they ugly, I'm like, I mean, what's your experience like? I know that in your life you've had ugly experiences. Can you explain this? But it always backfires on me, which I already know is going to happen, kind of, in a way. But my whole point of the docuseries is to bring joy to ugly and let people know that it's nothing wrong with being ugly. Like, I want to transform the word ugly from a negative word to a positive word. That's what I'm trying to do.
I think one of the things that's most surprising about these videos is I go through and watch each and every one of them. I'm always waiting for somebody to, like, kind of blow up at you and get really offended. But most of these people, they actually, like, they have a funny attitude. When you approach these people on the street, I imagine these are cold interviews. Like, a lot of them, they kind of laugh. A lot of them will clap back. They'll start, like, this lady, she's roasting you right there on the street. And these people are funny, man. How do you just run into these funny, very genuine, like, relatively good-humored people? Is it just Atlanta? Am I missing out?
So we can't forget the culture of Atlanta. Roasting is one of the most popular things in Atlanta, next to like music. You know, the music that comes out of Atlanta. But roasting and comedians in Atlanta, it's like birthed from Atlanta. So I wasn't surprised that it was happening that way. Of course, some things people were saying I was surprised about, like my teeth and things like that. But roasting I feel like it was born in Atlanta. So that's what everybody is saying, that with what was born out of Atlanta, ugly people and roasting.
Ugly people and roasting. Man, you should go work for the tourism department, man. You're gonna get them out of a job. This is the Doge for Atlanta tourism.
Exactly.
So Marcus, you got a ton of these videos. They're all very, very good. They're all very, very funny. And again, you maintain your composure. You have this like very, very cool persona that you bring to these videos. You're very neutral. You're very like, no matter what anyone throws at you, you don't get shaken at all. You like talk to a lot of, like I said, super hilarious people. What is your plan for this series? It looks like you're picking up a lot of steam on Instagram. It looks like you have a ton of followers. What's the next step?
So my next step is just to keep going. You know, I want it to be bigger and bigger, because the more people who see it, the bigger it gets, and I can explain my purpose for the docuseries more to a larger crowd of people. I do want people to understand that because it's like, we can't ignore that it is ugly people out here in the world. Like, the word ugly exists for a reason. Somebody way back in the 1700th century saw somebody ugly, and they couldn't think of another word but to describe this person but ugly. You know what I mean? No pun, but ugly. But yeah, so I do want people to know that the word ugly is never going to go away. So while it's here, I need people to accept that they are ugly in a positive way. And I need celebrities also to accept that they're ugly. Because if a celebrity accepts that they're ugly, and they have this following of people who like look up to them, and they're ugly people that look up to them, then they'll start to accept that they're ugly too. So it's a bigger purpose behind, the word ugly that I want the world to, kind of look at it as a positive, more positive than a negative way. Because a lot of kids have to go to school and get bullied and hear this word. But I just know if the celebrities that they look up to call themselves ugly, then they'll be more okay with hearing that word.
Well, it's kind of funny you bring that up. I was thinking about this this was actually a while ago I was thinking about this, but I realized that a lot of the men in movies now, they're real pretty. There used to be ugly dudes in movies. Like, you turn on a movie, especially like an action movie. Guys, no disrespect against these guys, but you look at someone like a Sly Stallone, like, that's not a pretty man. Like, that's no Timothée Chalamet on the screen right there. We need more like regular looking dudes in films, regular looking people. People can act, not just schlubs off the street, but talented people who look like human beings and not like they just came out of some South Korean plastic surgery factory. So, dude, I think you got a fantastic point there. Before we go, tell folks at home where they can find everything you do, become followers, support the docuseries for themselves.
Most definitely. It's at Hilarious Marcus on all platforms. Just Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all platforms at Hilarious Marcus. So that's where you'll see all my documentary series. And also what I got coming up in the future. Just follow me and stay tuned, because it's going to be pretty big.
Awesome, Marcus. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.